Hello everyone, JM Gaming back again with another Rise crossover guide. Today, we're going to be going over a priority list for game passes in this game. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, so first on this list is going to be Auto Attack. It is by far the easiest no-brainer that there is in the game, because what it does is it lets you not have to press buttons or any kinds of commands in the game to attack any target. It will automatically send your shadows and they will automatically attack it. By far, the number one best thing to do in the game. The game gets a lot easier and it just feels better with having this game pass. Alright, next up is going to be Instant Arise. There could be some debate on whether 2 times EXP, it probably is the second best, but I'm doing this guide for brand new people to make the game more fun, more enjoyable, and just easier to play. And to be honest with you, sometimes quality of life type things are the best thing to go for. Now what Instant Arise does is, whenever you destroy the target, whatever the monster is, instead of having to push the button to arise it, it's going to automatically do it. The best thing about it is, you don't have to stand on top of the target anymore and be within range to be able to arise it. If your shadow goes really far away and hits something, it's automatically going to arise it. That is by far the best thing about it, and it's absolutely amazing. Alright, now continuing the list, it's going to be another type of quality of life thing, which is Instant Destroy. It's going to work a lot the same as like what Instant Arise does. Once again, you don't have to be on top of the mob. You can destroy them to get gems from far away. It's going to automatically use all your chances for you, and it will do it from a far distance. Alright, moving along now, we're going to have 2 times EXP. That one's really good, and it's going to come before some other things on the list, like more quests and stuff like that, because it's going to work in hand with that. Why we're going to want double XP is because levels are very, very important for your ranks, and you want to level as fast as you possibly can. In the beginning of the game, that's most of what you're looking to do, is to level up as fast as you can, so you can take on more content. Alright, now we're moving on to more quests, which once again, like I said, works with double XP. So what's going to happen is more quests is going to give you 2 more daily and 2 more weekly quests. If you've already started a cycle, it's going to give it to you the next cycle. So if you're in your current weekly, it will give you to the next weekly. If you're in your current daily, it will give you the next daily. It'll give you the 2 extra. So just keep that in mind. Don't think that it's messing up when you do it. But giving 2 extra quests, that's a great way to give XP. So once again, that's why you get 2 XP before this. So now you just got 2 XP, getting double XP, and now you're going to go into getting more quests. So it's going to give you way more XP now. They work really well together. Now moving on to the next one is going to be Extra Relic. Pretty straightforward. It's going to give you 1 extra relic that you can equip. This is fantastic because we all know relics do so much in this game. You got drop chance. You've got shadow levels, which is going to give you massive damage. You're going to get stuff like Arise Luck, Arise Rank. All of the stuff that they give you, this is going to give you an extra one that you can equip. The reason why we don't take this earlier is because you really don't get that many relics in the game. By this point, you should start kind of getting going. So you should be able to equip every slot that you have. If you have a guild, it's going to be even more of a reason why you wait, because guilds are going to give you a lot of relic slots. Therefore, even if they don't, this is still at about the point that you would look to pick this up. Now moving on to something that's going to give you a little bit of everything, and I think this is a great one to pick up at this point, is VIP. VIP gives you a little bit of everything, and now that we're starting to get into a bunch of different specific things, this is kind of a good boost to start you off before you get the higher boost of all the rest of these. So the first thing it's going to do is it's going to give you an extra shadow equip, which, you know, more shadows, why not? It's going to give you plus 5 mount speed. It's going to let you move a little bit faster on them. Not a huge deal, but then it's going to give you 20% cash, 20% more gems, 20% more EXP. Once again, the last 2 we had were EXP related. This is going to boost them even more. Great stuff. Just great stuff. Then after that, it's also going to give 30% more item storage. You're going to be able to hold more items. All right, next one. This one's going to be very forward, like obvious. It's going to be 2 times drop chance. It's going to give you more of a chance to get items to drop. Pretty simplistic. You get at this point in the game when you're getting this that you're really looking to start farming up items. Before you start farming up relics and stuff like that, this is going to start giving you an extra chance. I mean, obviously, drop chance doesn't help when you're in desert. It doesn't help when you're in Infinite Castle. Any of that kind of stuff. But when you're going for the dungeon relics, when you're going to get yourself resources to craft stuff, this is where it's going to help. So this is the perfect point when you're going to pick that up. All right, now we have another very straightforward one. This one's going to be 2 times gems. At this point, you're going to be looking to get some weapons, which you can buy them from the merchants. You also, if you're in a guild at this point, you can use it to donate a little more. Gems are going to help for a lot of things when it's looking to craft up some shadows, because you should be at that point. You're also going to be looking to upgrade your weapons and stuff. Just nitpick stuff is going to cost gems. 2 times gems is good at this point. All right, here we go. Moving on to the next one is going to be extra equip. This one is just very simple. It's going to give you 3 more shadows that you can equip. Like I said before, you should be working on shadows at this point. You should start getting to endgame a little bit more. This is where shadows are going to start to matter more. You're probably going to be to the point to where you're looking to actually build shadows. Instead of just constantly replacing whichever one you can, you should be at the point to where you're starting to actually care what you get. You're looking to infuse them, level them, maybe even tier them. But yes, that's why having 3 more of them that you're going to kind of pimp out is a very good thing. All right, now another easy one, which is 2 times cash. It literally doubles all your earnings that you get from cash. I moved this one up a little bit higher on the list because tomorrow there's an update that comes out. And there's going to be cash that you're going to need to upgrade weapons to higher damage. If you have Shadow Affinity on it, it's going to turn your weapon damage into a bit of shadow damage, a certain percent of it. Therefore, the higher weapon damage you have, the more damage you're going to deal with your shadows. Even a normal weapon build, it's going to increase how much you're going to have for weapon damage. So you're going to want more cash because you're going to use it to increase that. Also, you're going to need it for some upgrades here and there, but there's not many things. That's why they're introducing cash to upgrade weapons more, so it gives you a cash dump. Okay, now moving on to the list is going to be dual talents. It's more of an end game thing at this point. You're getting to the point to where, you're starting to progress along. This is where end game is going to start coming into play. The rest of the stuff is going to be a lot of your storage and a lot of your other type of resources and things like that. That is not that relevant. What dual talents does is it gives you 2 presets for your talents. So if you want to run, I recommend to run 1 talent set that's going to give you like a Shadow General talent set. So then you can go and do stuff like Infinite Desert, Infinite Castle, things like that you have to have Shadow General for. Now the second preset can be something like for a weapon build. It also can be something like a dual title build. You can have, nothing but an Arise chance one because they have the extra Arise luck on it for the extra chance to Arise it. But yes, that's what those are for. Like I said, keep in mind it's for endgame. This isn't a huge deal. I wish that they had more than just 2 presets. Let's be honest, 3 bare minimum should really be what they have. I'd like to see more like 5, but that's beside the point. So yeah, that's where you're going to pick this up. You're starting to get into endgame. Congratulations, now you get to crush it. Okay, this is going to be quite a few of them together just because I feel like these we're starting to get toward kind of the end. This is when you're starting to get into inventory management to storage and stuff like that. So we're first going to start off with resource bag. It's going to give you more inventory source and increase your cap by 500%. This is the best one out of the ones for storage and capacities and stuff like that. You're going to want to get that one first. Next one you're going to want to get after that. We're going to take most of these cheapest to highest because it's going to give you the most bang for your buck and you're instantly going to start gaining. instead of having to wait for the highest ones. Get the small ones first, work to the highest ones. Next one's going to be extra storage, which is going to increase your storage by 30%. After that, you're going to get big storage, increasing it by 70%. Then ultra storage will increase it by 100%. Then hyper storage will increase it by 150%. Those are all going to give you more stuff that you can hang on to, more storage room, more capacities on things. Like I said, these are not a huge priority. This is why they're later on the list. I would get them in that order because, once again, you're getting the best one first, and then you're getting the ones cheapest to most expensive so you can get it done fast. So now we're just about done. Now we're moving on to auto clicker. So what that one's going to do is it's going to make you click faster. So as you see your weapon attack, it's going to force your guy, when you use auto attack, to auto attack faster. This isn't a huge deal because most of the time in the beginning, you're not going to be worried too much about using a weapon build, but this is going to help out with a weapon build. Most of the time I don't even use a weapon build, so I don't have to worry about auto attack. That's why this is so far down on the list. It's like second to last because it's not a huge deal. It's pretty cheap though, which is a good thing, but it's cheap because it doesn't do much. So yeah, go ahead and snag this one toward the end and you'll be fine. It's going to help out your weapon build a bit. Finally, we are at the end. This is the very last one. Thanks for hanging in there with me. So the last one you're going to get is going to be mount speed. This is mainly cosmetic. It does give you plus 10 more mount speed. Not a huge thing. But what it does is all of your mounts now have the same exact speed, and they're going to have the speed that is equal to the highest mount that you have gotten. So it's strictly just a cosmetic. If you have some very weak mounts that are in the beginning, they're now going to have high speed. So you can use whichever mount you want. Whichever one you think looks pretty, you can go ahead and use that one, and you're not going to lose any speed and be forced to use an ugly mount just simply because of the speed that it has. All right, that's going to do it, everybody. Thanks for stopping by, and here is a list for future reference. You can go ahead and screenshot this, whatever the case may be. For future reference, if we end up getting anything new, I'll try to pin it down in the top of the comments, so then you can go ahead and see. I'll put down what number it falls in between. So then we can kind of try to keep this relevant so I don't have to keep remaking a video. Obviously, if we have a ton of new ones that come out, I'll go ahead and make a new video if I have to. But hey, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. We are absolutely crushing YouTube, guys. But hey, thanks for stopping by, and have a good day.